to the TV Guide Magazine Fan Favorites panel. I am Damian Holbrook from TV Guide Magazine. Thanks for joining us today. We have quite a hot panel for you guys, so I'm going to bring them out. Also, you guys were hysterical during that clip. It was like, woo! Woo! Alright, so first up, we have, Brienne from Game of Thrones, Gwendoline. From Supernatural. Everyone's favorite fashionista, Felix from Orphan Black, Jordan Gavaris. The man who is about to make kilts happen, Jamie from Outlander, Heughan. And now Sleepy Hollow, John Noble. Are you ready, hookers? We have Colin and incredible woman, so incredible she only needs one name, from Parks and Recreation, Retta. And the sexiest spy to ever be drawn, Lana Kane from Archer, Aisha Tyler. Right. First of all, let's have a round of applause for this incredible group. As pretty much the professional fan on this table, are you completely geeking out?
A little bit. I was really nervous about coming into the convention center. I never made it in last year because I was too scared about all the enthusiasm. But now I'm into it.
What do you feel about these people sitting down here?
Well, I almost passed out when I found out John Noble was on the panel last night. And then I got to meet Jordan last night. Aisha's my ace, and this guy's not too ugly, so I'm okay.
Yeah, it's not a bad looking crew. Alright, so for the whole panel, since this is for fan favorites, we want to talk about you guys, the fans, because you're our favorites. For the panel, what has been the wildest fan experience you've had so far?
A really good one was here. I moderated the Penny Dreadful panel on Thursday. Dreadful. It was all I could do not to urinate myself. So I was just trying to keep it together. And at one point, like, I was like, you know, Josh was talking, and then Harry was talking, and then they stopped talking, and then there was silence because I was just like, and then I realized I had to ask the questions. But then a girl came up to ask Josh Hartnett a question, and she stood at the microphone, and she just slowly melted into a puddle of sadness on the floor because she was so nervous. She's like, I have a question. And I felt sad for her because I'm sure she's been staring at Josh Hartnett in a poster on her wall since she was 5, and then it was her big shot, and she just made vowels, and then she died.
What about the rest of you?
I had an experience similar yesterday evening. A woman said, "Oh my God, Misha Collins!" And I was like, "Hey!" And then she just started crying. And couldn't stop crying, and it became really kind of uncomfortable. Like I wanted to leave. So yeah, that happens.
Yesterday I was on one of those pedicabs, and a girl came up and she said, "Donna," and she just went and touched me and touched my boob, and then kept. I like that.
That's nice. That's assault.
It happened.
Comic-Con love.
My favorite fan experience was actually me as a fan when I met Sissy Spacek.
Here?
I did not meet her at Comic-Con, no. But actually yesterday, something kind of profound happened at our panel. A young girl told us that watching the show gave her the courage to come out to her family and start a dialogue with her mom. So not to bring the house down,
No,
but
that's
that was
up.
pretty
That's
moving.
bringing the house up. That's awesome.
It was pretty great.
Yeah, well, similar. I find it's sort of weird when people say, "Oh, Colin, can I get a picture?" And then they just stand there and go, and they just look, and I'm like, "Okay, you're gonna take your camera out, or are you just gonna what's the story?" But I mean, that's pretty much it.
John.
It's very good. Lots of interesting things. But then someone could have, can I have a photo? Can I have a photo? And you turn around and say, "Fine." And say, "Oh, no, you're not him."
Did anybody come up to any of you guys with a photo outside of either like the Hilton or the Con Center and ask you to sign it, and then it wasn't you? That happened yesterday. They're like, "Can you please sign this?" I was like, "That is not me. That's the other big black girl."
It wasn't me though.
It was me. Brienne?
I had quite a good one.
I think he called you Brienne.
Yeah, I'm happy to go with both. And the names too. But I had quite a good one recently. I had to have some root canal done, and I was in the chair, and I'm really scared of dentists. And I was there, and they put the bleach in to like clean the roots of my teeth, and I had a clamp in my jaw, and they had all like the plastic curtain things in my mouth. And the dentist left the room, and the nurse said, "Now tell me what happens in Game of Thrones." You were naked. What was it like being naked? Was it sexy? How like,
And Mr. Samuel?
I mean, this is an absolutely fantastic experience. It's my first time to Comic-Con, and I'm such a huge fan myself. I got the flight with Gwendoline, and I was telling everyone else, "Oh, this Game of Thrones are on the flight." So to be on this panel is it's a dream come true.
All right, well, my next question I just actually proved to myself. Do people tend to confuse you with your characters?
All the time.
Kind of all the time. They get upset when they find out I'm not British. I've actually had people get like viscerally angry at me, and then I don't know what to do because I don't know whether like to console them or, I mean, they're angry, so.
Run away.
Run away is a very good like second response. Yeah.
I had a woman come up to me once in New York, and she, after I finished Friends, after Friends was over, like a year after Friends ended, and she's like, "Hey, Charlie from Friends," and I was like, "Ah!" And then she was like, "So what happened to Charlie? Like, what's she doing now?" And I was like, "Well, after Friends ended, she evaporated." She's not a person. She was very disappointed. She was like, "Like what? Like, was she living in New York? Is she having a new boyfriend? How's archaeology going?" I'm like, "It's paleontology, but good for you."
I did at the gym. You're really vulnerable in the locker room. And I can't believe I'm about to tell the story, but I took a shower. I was getting ready to take the shower, and I had to pee really, really bad, and I wasn't going to be ghetto and pee in the shower because I do that at home.
So do all of you.
And so I like ran because the bathroom's not far. I ran to the bathroom, the stall to go pee, and as I come out, all of a sudden there's a line of women. I'm naked, and then all you hear is "Treat yourself, treat yourself." Someone kill me, please.
You can't go anywhere. You're not even safe in a pedicab. So Misha, we're going to talk a bit about fandoms now for you guys. And Misha, the Supernatural fans are known for being very vocal.
I actually disagree. I don't think the Supernatural fans are very vocal. They're
to be very quiet, right guys?
And sometimes they can be a bit divided. Different camps, different beliefs. How do you manage being in Switzerland?
Are you the Switzerland
Am I
supernatural?
Am I really neutral territory?
You know, nobody's really.
I like to think of myself as a polarizing force, but if that's how you want to go.
But how do you manage the different sides of the fandom that come at you, celebrate you?
With defensive karate moves. You know, it's an interesting thing to be involved with because there are so many very, very passionate people and many kind of different interest groups or factions within this, you know, and I'm sure within every fandom. And almost like a politician, you kind of have to cater to all of your constituents and parse your words carefully so as not to be called homophobic or whatever else, or misogynistic or whatever else you could be called if you don't parse your words carefully. I love that the fans use the show as a canvas onto which they paint the stories that are most meaningful to them, and that it can relate well to a wide swath of people. That's really exciting. And I like seeing people fight with one another. So it serves a dual purpose for me.
But different fan groups like fighting. So like Game of Thrones v Supernatural guys.
Actually,
Just inside the supernatural camp fighting each other.
Yeah. But it might be a good idea to have, you know, the Game of Thrones fans and the Supernatural fans actually literally fight it out.
I put some money on that.
I would watch
down.
I hope I would like if naked wrestling would work for me.
Yes.
I was just thinking about the supernatural guys and the Game of Thrones guys wrestling naked. I totally got it wrong. I'm sorry.
All right, so since we're going to go there, Sam, your show hasn't even premiered yet, and the fan base for Outlander is right. They have been building steam since the word one of this series was announced. And they have risen up in just beloved attention to you and Katrina and the entire show. How has that been having fans before the show is out there?
Yeah, I feel like a bit of a fraud being here actually. Like I've just been invited along. We premiered last night, and it just feels like Comic-Con is the absolute best place to premiere our show. It's, you know, a fan event, and last night having, you know, some diehard fans there was fantastic. They've been waiting over 20 years for the show, so to be able to bring it here is just brilliant. There's no naked wrestling, if you're going to ask me that.
No, but there is a lot of naked.
There's
Hooray!
There's a lot of naked.
This show is
Dirty.
It gets dirty,
yeah, muddy and dirty. Are you going full Sam under that kilt?
Yes, I wear a kilt a lot, or don't wear my kilt a lot. And I'm a true sportsman, if that's the question you're asking. Yeah, very dirty. We have it's very realistic, it's authentic, so we're covered in mud, and this is the first time I've washed for about a year.
He smells delightful.
So, all right, so for Colin, Sam, and Gwendoline, you guys are playing legendary characters based on beloved pieces of source material. How does that feel to do these, is it scary to take on these iconic roles?
For me, it was a little bit because obviously everybody knew Captain Hook from Dustin Hoffman and all that kind of stuff, and before I came onto the show, at Comic-Con 2 years ago, they sort of released a teaser that they were going to bring Captain Hook onto Once Upon a Time, and I just remember the first day on set, I was standing opposite Robert Carlyle, and I was dressed all in leather with a hook. I was on a pirate ship, and I was like, what the hell am I doing? Yeah. But yeah, there was a bit of pressure, but I think it seems to have worked.
I had never come across a character like Brienne of Tarth before. I'd never seen a woman represented in that way in a mainstream television program. And for me, the idea of being able to play a part where we we make a judgment about whether we like or dislike a character based on the choices she makes rather than the way that she looks, was really liberating and an opportunity that I was really grateful for.
Can we talk about the fight between Brienne and the Hound and how I've watched it like 100 times. I'm just gonna fan plots all over
I
my
saw that
seat.
guy last night. He's still pissed.
He's stuck. And Sam, I mean, this character you're playing is, I mean, he is deeply rooted in the fans' hearts.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big fan base there, and I mean, we're so lucky. I mean, already they've created their own groups and subgroups, the Hooligans and the Catchers, and they raise money for charity. They raise thousands of dollars for charity. We just hope that they enjoy the show.
All right, so Jordan, I have to ask, what is the difference between Degrassi fans and Orphan Black fans?
Oh my God.
Aside from the curfew.
Yeah, aside from like legal drinking age, I don't get too many Degrassi fans, to be honest. Well, because I only did. Oh my God. Wait, are you guys Canadian? No, you're not Canadian. Are you? Yeah? Hey, represent. I don't get too many Degrassi fans coming up to me because I only did 2 episodes and they were like little 5-minute like clips on the Degrassi radar because they've done what, 800 years worth of seasons now? They've been on since like 1903. Orphan Black fans. I know Degrassi fans are hard. Man, you guys are the most voracious fans that I think they exist in the fandom. The Tumblr art, the fan art, there's just more involvement and they're more interested in, I think a lot of people get really interested in the characters, and they are, but they're also interested in actors in our process. The majority of the questions we get at panels are about, so where do you begin and how do you do the accent and where does the physicality come from and who is this person? Where does he live? And so, like, it's amazing that they're interested in the mechanics of what we do. That's kind of great. Right?
And John Noble.
Yes,
You arrived in Sleepy Hollow while some of us were still mourning the loss of Fringe. And this guy is so not Walter Bishop. How is it going from, kindly to creepy?
it's very good, but I'm really preoccupied. I'm sorry, Damian. I've just come from a very bad experience.
What happened?
We were over having photos taken at EW, and we were sort of strutting around there thinking that we were important, and then something happened. The cast of Avengers walked in. We were back at the line. Which show? Avengers?
Oh, Avengers. Oh, yeah.
Just about 5 A-listers walked in.
Oh.
We were suddenly with these people.
Well, we love it here.
I met Ron Downey Jr. And he pretended to know me. How cool is that? What was the question?
How is it shaking off Walter Bishop's kindly sense to this creepy sin
It's
eater?
good. It's very nice, thank
Yeah.
you. Yes. We have a director that comes in, and he was on the other show, and he came onto this show, and he calls me Walter, still, which is the character that I played in Fringe. And no one knew what he was talking about. Always, just Walter. Walter, can we do that again? Because the stunt guy is Walter. The stunt supervisor is Walter. Perhaps he was looking at him, right? That's not a very funny story, is it? It's really good to consider now. Robert Downey Jr. and me, though.
And Aisha, the Archer fans are probably the filthiest fans. In the best way possible. They're just sploosh.
Yeah, they are. They're splooshing everywhere. Sometimes the girls sploosh, sometimes with semen.
And-
That is a clinical term. Clinical term. And if you watch the show, I'm not apologizing for any of that.
Krieger cleared it.
Yeah, Krieger did clear it. Krieger made it in his lab. What was the question?
How do you feel how the show has kind of evolved from like this dirty little secret to like it's now an Emmy-nominated show, and you got this nice arc last year with the Archer Vice thing. How do you feel it's kind of growing up?
You know, I love Archer so much, and you know, when I got the pilot script for that show, I was a huge C-Lab 2021 fan. I read, yes, I adore everything that Adam and Matt do. I read 5 pages of the script. It was brilliant. It was dirty. I was like, this is never making it on television. It's way too smart. I'm just gonna do the pilot and spend the money on bitches and blow. But writer. That's how Archer's changed. But I loved it, and I always believed in it, and I always thought it was such a smart, lovely, grown-up show for thoughtful grown-ups. This literate combination of, you know, thoughtful, you know, beautiful poetry references, and then, you know, dick jokes, and really literate, beautiful, elegant dick jokes. And every year when it gets renewed, we all look at each other in shock. So the fact that we just got renewed for 6 and 7 and we finally got an Emmy nomination is really exciting. And we're all just really grateful because we love each other and we love making the show. We're really looking forward to making dick jokes on national television when we lose the Emmy and we run up on stage and pull a Kanye. That's my plan. So, check your DVRs.
I think we could all learn a lot from you.
This is your first Comic-Con. We're just going to take you under our wing. We'll break you in. We'll break. Next year, you're going to be up here just pulling it.
Aisha, please be aware that many members of your audience may be under 18 years of age.
If you're watching Archer, we've already broken you in. So.
All right, so for the entire row, where do you guys stand on spoilers? How do you feel about them?
I hate them. I hate them, and it's why I tweet late. But don't come at me. First of all, don't follow me on Twitter if you know that's what I do. It makes me crazy when people are like, oh, you spoiled it. I'm like, bitch, that shit aired 20 weeks ago.
We just talked about the end of the Sookie Stackhouse novels on my daytime show, which came out at, like, I don't know, when I was 4, and I said who she ended up with, and they're like, spoiler alert, I was like, that shit came out 15 years ago. That's on you.
Read a book.
Wikipedia that shit.
And the thing is, people get excited, like if I'm watching something and I'm tweeting, people will get really excited, and they're like, oh girl, just wait, girl, just wait, and I'm like, I'm watching it, what am I waiting for? And they'll say, oh, you're gonna be so sad, and that's a spoiler to me because I know something's coming, and so stop doing that.
That's one of the things that I hate about Comic-Con is we come to Comic-Con, we do all this press, and all of the press are very excited because, you know, in our case, going into season 10, what's gonna happen? The only question that we get again and again, we don't get hugs like this from the press. No, we don't. We get this barrage of irritating questions about what's going to happen on the show. We don't want to tell you. Watch the show. But that's the only question that we get. So spoilers for me are a source of frustration.
Yes.
And I don't know why you would want to know what's going to happen in a show that you want to watch. I can understand wanting to know what's going to happen if it's a show you don't like and you just want to get the clip notes to it. And if you want to watch it, why do you want to know what's going to happen?
Colin?
Well, yeah, it's kind of weird when you get a script or you're shooting a scene and you're like, oh my god, they're gonna love this when it's on, and then you see like 3 weeks before it's up, and you're like, gone, ruined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And John, you worked on a show that, you know, could have been ruined by spoilers.
I love spoilers.
They're so controversial.
Thank you. Here's the thing. When I give a spoiler, there's every chance it's wrong. Because I don't know.
John, those aren't called spoilers, those are called lies.
I don't. No one look back and say I don't know, so I make something up. And sometimes it's right. But I don't know. characters do in the show. I shouldn't admit that. So I make that up too.
Just read the parts of the script that pertain to you.
Yeah, count the words.
Jordan.
You know, there's like a laser trained on me right now. There's a bullet that will hit my brain if I even just know. I hate spoilers. I'm afraid of them. I live in fear. I have to take Xanax to go to sleep.
We've come to you.
That's really understandable. What is actually
And then that's how they get you. With the microphones right here. I had House of Cards ruined for me by some. It was the season premiere of season 2. Yep, ruined.
Yeah.
What happened? They ruined that? Why would they talk about this? Was it Retta?
It wasn't me, but I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming because she was too stupid.
It was.
You don't go leave Francis alone. What the hell's wrong with you?
Because they were in the subway station.
What's that? But she dies?
Spoilers. Unbelievable.
And now for
Shut it down.
Gwendoline and Sarah, we kind of know what happens with these characters because the books are out there. So
I don't know, so don't tell me.
Yeah, but you know, with Game of Thrones, obviously it is based upon the books, but then changes can be made. So you might think, like, you know, you go to work and it's a new season and you're like, yeah, so I've started training, when am I going to get the scripts? Because I know I'm not dying, and they say, really? Are you really not? Because you know we can make changes. Anyone can go at any time. You haven't bought a house, have you?
And you think your job security sucks.
Zen?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all there in the books, so it's very difficult when people ask you those questions, and you try and avoid the answer, and then if they've read the book, they know what's going to happen. But ultimately, you know, with our show, we're going to try and surprise even the fans of the books as well.
And Gwendoline, you have extra spoiler training now because of a certain movie that you...
Can't talk about that. Can't you say that I'm doing any other work whatsoever?
Misha, you had a huge scavenger hunt coming up, correct?
Oh yes, I
So tell us about this, because it sounds like the fans would be all up in this.
do. Yeah, well, they are all up in it. I just had my brain washed over with lots of visuals. It's called Gishwas, the greatest international scavenger hunt the world has ever seen, and it is in fact just that. We've broken 5 Guinness World Records, and I think I managed to waste tens of thousands of people's week in early August with sending them on this scavenger hunt, and it's a tremendous amount of fun for me to judge it. And the people who participate have an amazing time, and then we take the winners on some spectacular trip. This year we're going to Croatia. And this year, William Shatner, are you in the audience? Is he out there? I know he's here somewhere. He keeps tweeting me these elliptical things like, come meet me, but I don't know where. But he's participating in it, and Orlando Jones and a few other notables, and it's exciting. We raise a lot of money for charity. I think I might have said that already. I'm just talking on loop. I'm actually a robot.
That's a spoiler.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, so do any of you other guys, do you guys do any kind of fan events?
I did a bunch of fan events. I do fan events at the con every year. I have a podcast called Girl on Guy with Aisha Tyler. Both Retta and Misha have been on my show, and today I just recorded an episode with Stephen and Mel. But yes, I agree with everything you're saying. Every year, fans can enter a contest to win 100 tickets to come to meet me at Comic-Con, and then they come to a spot here in town, and I just give them presents. Limited edition art that I sign, and books, and DVDs, and t-shirts, and stickers, and wristbands, and I hug them all, some reluctantly, but I hug them all. take photos, and then 25 of those people win tickets to come be a part of a live taping of my podcast. So this week I did it on Thursday night, the Microsoft Gaming Experience with Shane West of Salem and Nikita. I also agree with that. And then they got to stay at the gaming experience, VIP, locked off, free food and drinks all night, got to play video games. And I walk in, because they got there early when Shane and I came in to record, and they all just had a pile of crab cakes the size of a human toddler just on their plates. Just food flapping off in every direction. You know, like there's like golluming, just shrimp. You know, I'm lucky because all of us are lucky. All year people tell you how much they love what you do and how much it means to them. And Comic-Con is our opportunity to tell you guys how much we love what you do because you support us. We couldn't do it without you. That's what the con is all about.
So we're going to go to some questions, so if you guys want to line up. But for the panel, going down from Retta, what shows are you fans of right now?
Oh God, the list is unending. Really into The Good Wife. This season was phenomenal. Scandal. I watch Game of Thrones. I watch True Blood. I watch Suits. I'm really into. I really like the Vampire Diaries. The story.
Basically anything but Supernatural. Right?
I have never seen Supernatural. I'm so late.
I love Supernatural. I really like well, I watch Game of Thrones and stuff, but Hannibal, I got really into it. I think it's really daring for network TV. Some of the stuff that they do, and plus, I mean, they're both incredible actors. So,
okay, so. I've seen every episode of Supernatural. I'm a huge fan of that show. Both Jared and Misha have been on my podcast. I'm hunting Jensen like a wounded animal. I'm not good enough for him? I love Vampire Diaries. I've seen every episode of Vampire Diaries. I'm completely into Salem. If you haven't watched Salem, go back and watch it now. It's unbelievable. Shane West is killing it on that show. Penny Dreadful is my jam. Episode of Penny Dreadful. It is the most elegant, literate, sexy show on television. It's incredibly well written. I have read all of the Game of Thrones books. I have seen every episode of Game of Thrones. I have read every Walking Dead comic. I've seen every episode of The Walking Dead. And then Archer's pretty cool. And Vikings. And Travis Fimmel. I'm gonna hunt him and eat him alive with a fork and knife. In a nice way, though.
House of Cards, Orphan, Black, and Game of Thrones are the only 3 TV shows I've been watching in the last year.
You snob.
And that's because I have 2 very, very small babies.
No excuses.
Who don't let me do anything but change diapers.
No excuses.
I'm not complaining, thank you.
Love your show.
It's so much.
Amazing. You guys are really killing it.
Well, I don't know if you know this, I don't play all the clones.
Wow, you fooled me.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert!
John?
So intimidating. This question. How do you follow that? What I don't understand is that these are all successful working actors. When do they get tired?
On the treadmill in the morning. That's when I watch
On the
TV.
treadmill?
Yeah, I record everything and I watch an hour of TV every morning on the
Good
treadmill.
God.
Yeah.
I don't.
She also watches it in fast forward.
She's very smart, she can do that.
I just skip Tamisha's parts in Super.
We usually get home, tell me if I'm wrong, we usually get home about 10 o'clock at night or something or other, and all the television's pretty stuffed too. Sorry for all the 8-year-olds, you're stuffed. I don't know how you do it. You're amazing to watch so much. On the treadmill.
Yeah, when you DVR everything and you save it for when you have a break. Like maybe in your hiatus you could watch some stuff.
Yep.
Okay, I've got it.
Yeah.
So,
We'll send you the transcript so you have some shows to watch.
can you ask me that question another time? All of the shows on here.
Well, I mean, it's over now, but I was a huge Fringe fan, and I I tweeted out just before, when I found out I was doing the panel, I said, I'm going to be sitting next to John Noble. I'm sitting next to John Noble. John Noble, over and over again. I love House of Cards. I was into Breaking Bad. I just finished marathoning and rewatching all of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let me tell you something. There are some pretty interesting things to be learned from that show on a rewatch. I suggest everyone right now go. Leave the unknown.
No, wait 20 minutes.
I really loved True Detective.
Yeah.
And I'm really late to the party, but I've started watching Breaking Bad. And what is it people say? And it is true. Breaking Bad is more addictive than crystal meth.
Sam?
And more fun. Wow, yeah, I have to say, I'm with Colin here. I've just started watching Hannibal, but I can't watch it at night time. So maybe we can watch it together, man.
We can hang out. Whatever.
That'd be cool, because I'm terrible.
I'll put on a kilt.
I'll get the letter.
I'll show you mine.
I think this could be a bromance, and I'm there.
We better get Oh my God. Go ahead.
So my question is for everyone, but I really want to hear Colin and Misha answer. If you show had a body switching episode, who would you most want to play? Who would you least want to play? And who would you want to play your character?
I would want to play the evil queen. I would least want to play the dog. And I would, I want to see Robert Carlyle play Captain Hook.
I think I would most want to play young Mary. And I'd probably just go lock myself into a room and take my clothes off. I'd like to see Jared Padalecki play Castiel because I think he'd look ridiculous with his arms sticking out of the bottom of the trench coat. Did I answer the whole question? You're still standing there, which scares me. Oh, least want to play? I would least want to play Sam because I don't want my bones stretched.
Do you actually want to hear from the rest of us, or was that just for you? Oh, okay. I would most like to play. I'd most like to play Allison. Mostly because I feel like the body language wouldn't be all that different. I wouldn't have to work very hard. I would least like to play. I would least like to play Donnie. He's in From the Underwear so much. I can't, so yeah.
But do you really want us all to answer? I would want to play. I adore Chris Pratt, and so I would want to play Angie. I wouldn't want to play April. She's such a downer. And I would love to see Nick Offerman play Donna.
I want to play Pam because I love Pam and I wish I was Pam. Pam Poovey is a badass. Yes, she is. And I would at least want to play. Well, I don't know. I really like everybody on the show. Maybe I wouldn't want to be Brett because he keeps dying. That's not fun. Who would I want to play me? I would want to have Amber Nash play me because she's amazing and she plays Pam, and it would be Freaky Friday on Archer, and then we would get drunk and have sex with our other selves. In real life, not on the show.
Anyone else want to weigh in before we go to the next one?
I would like to play Tom Myson. Or Ichabod Crane. But I'd like to stay him. I have nothing else to add to that. I don't want to be a headless horseman. No, Tom Marston. Oh, it's Ichabod Crane, sorry. Either one.
I'd like to
You're
jump.
my father in the show.
You want to jump to the next one, guys? Alright.
Hi, my question is for everyone. What's the favorite part about playing a character and why?
Donna knows who she is, what she wants, and never wavers. She knows that she's like, this is what I want, this is what I'm doing. It's on. I feel I'm a little more wishy-washy than she is, and less concise, and I would like to be a little more focused.
I wear leather pants and eyeliner. That's it.
And Hulk is getting a new look this year, right?
Yeah, he's getting a new look. He's going to be in a different outfit, which is a big deal because he hasn't changed in 300 years. So, he's a bit ripe around the gusset.
It'd be awesome if he just showed up in like an Adidas tracksuit. So comfortable.
Yeah. Maybe they could make the hook in the shape of like the Nike swish.
So dope. Bling it out. Just the things that Lana gets to say on Archer, just the writing is so incredible. And I've already been I've already gone over my allotment of naughtiness today on this panel, so I won't repeat any of the lines that are my favorite from the show, but it's just incredibly well written, and every script I'm like, I can't believe I get to say this on television. What's up, Basic Cable? You're awesome! So she's really well written, and she's super stacked. Yeah. Yep,
That's typecasting, is what that is.
Someday she's gonna fall on her back and just die there under the weight of her. Yeah, slowly her internal organs turn to liquid.
I am really not going to quite answer the question, but I have an observation about my character, which is that when I was first introduced, or my character was first introduced to the show, he was this sort of tough, badass angel warrior. And then by a couple episodes in, the writers adapted to my own particular personality and my portrayal of him and created a very socially awkward, somewhat inept angel, which I think is telling.
Best part about playing my character is playing with Tom Marston. And if I was Tom Marston, it would be playing with myself.
John Noble, everyone.
We thought he'd be the safe one.
I think just getting the chance, I have so much permission to do whatever. If I did the stuff in real life that I did as my character, I think I'd be shot or seriously punished or probably put in handcuffs. It's pretty amazing. You get this free license to just go, and that's pretty cool.
I love playing Brienne of Tarth. I love playing Brienne of Tarth because when I was growing up, I didn't really see people on television that I felt I could identify with. Women all kind of looked a particular way, women characters that were popular anyway. And when I had the opportunity to play this part, it made me explore the parts of myself that I'd kind of hidden from. I'd had very long hair, I wanted to look very feminine because I'm really tall. And then I was lucky enough to play this part where I was exposed and my perceived androgyny was on display. I was having to be strong, powerful, work out. The biggest surprise for me has been the way that people have embraced this character. And it gives me personally so much pleasure in the way people's minds are expanding, they're becoming more inclusive, and that women are being supported and recognized in all their different forms.
just going to ask who your little friend is. Has everyone seen this?
What this quiet gimp dinosaur bag? it's just a small purse.
It's a Perceratops. Thank you. Always working.
I'm very fortunate. Diana Gabaldon, who's written the books of Outlander, she's written 8 of these books. We're doing series 1, which is the first book. So if you guys like it, hopefully I get to play this fantastic character for a long period of time.
Excellent. Well, this is exactly why you guys are our fan favorites. You guys are my favorite as well. Let's get into the panel.